me see if I can change that real quick. Nope, it's not. Can't. I guess we're going to start the show that way. Oh, it's one of those days, of course. I never like to see a weak connection when we're doing all kinds of stuff. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one alone for a second. All right, so getting myself ready for our show. Got our lovely stuff going on today. It's going to be another fun episode. I decided to do something fun and interesting since it's Thursday. Say, hey, let's talk about some more things that I like that people will find out, more things I'm thinking about. Hey, Troy. Hey, Tom. So today we decided to talk about some animated series. I know some people are cartoons, animated series, call them what you like. I just call them, I enjoy them. That's why I call them by it like that. So I believe the ones I'm suggesting are maybe ones you've seen before. Some of these you've seen before. Some of these you haven't. They're a lot of fun. They're quite enjoyable, and I find them to be excellent sources for inspiration for all kinds of stuff. So don't be surprised. Hey, Angel, don't be surprised that what I might mention is something you've already heard or something you know about, or maybe something that you've heard about but you haven't actually watched. So I try to give a good selection of stuff starting in the 60s and going all the way up to 2000. Yeah, 2000. These are my choices. They're not like, I think this is the best in the world, but things I think they're cool that you should be watching or have watched. That's why I'm doing that. So I'm thinking, should we start? Yeah, I think we'll start. I think we're going to start. It's going to be a fun show today. So, of course, awesome animated series to watch. A lot of people aren't big on, not just anime, all kinds of stuff, Troy, not just anime. We do have two big ones in it from anime, but it is a lot of fun. Just animated stuff, anything you might like. So first off, I start off with the what I consider one of the greatest shows ever made. It is the only show that I would ever remake and remake properly. It has the best music in it ever, intro music. It is a total fantasy for any boy who's ever watched it and wanted to live it. It's got everything you want. It's even been made fun of recently, but I'm like, it's a classic show. You can't make fun of it. It's amazing. It's got everything you like. It's got your father involved. It's got a bodyguard and your best friend and your dog. And the main character, that would be you, of course, is one of the coolest main characters who all constantly gets himself into trouble with his best friend. So, of course, if you haven't figured out from that description, the bodyguard one should have been the dead giveaway. It is Johnny Quest, which I think is one of the purest, most well put together, written, action developed, developed cartoons in existence. I think the intro music is awesome. I think it plays a lot to the actual show. A lot of clips are from the show. Even some of the clips are actually from an original. I forgot the name of the cartoon that was originally they were going to make. They couldn't get the rights to, and Johnny Quest kind of developed out of it, which I thought was very interesting. Hanna-Barbera, probably I say one of their best shows they ever created, without a doubt. There is nothing better than that show for action, because I learned the words judo, Southeast Asia, and a screaming of a man getting shot constantly by watching that show. There is nothing. I mean, you couldn't do that show today. It's impossible to do that show today. Everything that show violated so many different rules that are like now up that you could never do today. Like how many people in that show got shot constantly and died? It was like, how much trouble did freaking Haji and Johnny get into? And then there's the whole situation of Haji. Did they actually buy Haji? We never really tell you, like, we took him, but no one ever, there's no mention of, did we kidnap Haji? Or is Haji just we don't talk about that. We don't mention that. That's not an issue, and it's just, and everybody had a part to play in that show, and, Race Bannon, the coolest friend anybody would ever want to have. Boom, he's your bodyguard. And, I didn't know, I kid you not, I did not know his name was Roger. A lot of people don't know that, but his name was Roger. But, Race was the nickname. And it's like, what? I didn't know that. So, okay. But still, some awesome show. That show was ahead of its time. Still ahead of its time. They tried to do remakes in the late 90s, or the mid-90s that were horrible. You can't remake Johnny Quest today. It's impossible. Johnny Quest is a rated R cartoon now. The violence would be too violent, and the stuff you'd show would just be too good. And it's just, you know, and it ran so many different genres in there. And like, God, it's just so much good stuff. But once again, you could never do Johnny Quest in this day and age. It hurts me to say that, but you know, it is what it is. It's a great show to look back fondly. If you've never checked it out, check the link we're going to have. Actually, I'll put them in one by one. You know, yes, that parody, I do not consider that parody to be anything good. Yes, it is a parody. I've not watched it. I'm not going to destroy my love of Johnny Quest with some parody mocking my love. So never, 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 never. Look, you can't mock my love of Johnny Quest. That's some good stuff. You know, I mean, come on, man. Who doesn't like Johnny Quest? I couldn't trust someone who said, "Oh, I don't like Johnny Quest." Like, oh, what the hell's wrong with you? Come on, man. That's just crazy. That's just, I mean, really, that is just crazy. Point blank. Next up, another Hanna-Barbera special coming up basically the same time. I think, what's the date? Let me see the date difference on this real quick before I get into this. You know, Hanna-Barbera, another, you know, 60s creation. Created by Alex Toth, one of the main designers on it, who worked for Hanna-Barbera. Just an amazing character with a very simple gimmick. Ran around with a boy, you know, two twins, and their monkey. Always put a monkey in something. Monkeys do very well. I never quite understood what they were doing there, how they belong, and I don't even think they even talked about it. It was just like, they're here, just go with it, and just went with it. And you know, it's been remade. It was remade in the 80s, early 80s, and they tried to do it it was not the same thing. With the other one, which I'm not including on this list, which is, I picked one. I chose. It was either this one or the other one. Don't ask questions. Yeah, don't ask questions. Don't ask questions. This is Space Ghost. Hey, Jeff. Space Ghost, which is, you know, the original big space thing that I saw as a kid. You know, I grew up in the 70s. And I saw it a lot in reruns, and I was like, "Holy cow, this is awesome!" And he's got power bands, and he turns invisible, and he's got a spaceship, and you know, it's like he had everything you marked that was cool. And you know, and the spaceship turned invisible, you know, and where's he from? Ghost Planet, and it's like he had everything going for him as a superhero. And I never understood why he never got a great comic book. Wow, Troy, really, Troy, really, what was that? What was that about, Troy? Come on, jeez, good Lord. So it's like, you know, I'm a huge Space Ghost fan. Always have been, always will be. I think that it is a great science fiction spinoff. And, you know, once again, another one like Johnny Quest was very aggressive, very violent. Probably couldn't be made today. Hey, George, what's going on? It probably could. I mean, just they blasted a lot of guys on that show. And, you know, it just a lot of cool things got done. It's like that, the Herculoids, that whole, you know, coast to coast. You know, Coast to Coast is one of those things that I watch. It was cute, but it was not what I, you know, look, I like the cartoon. I get what they were doing. It was funny. Yeah. Space Ghost, yeah. But it's like, look, I actually had an enduring love with the Hanna-Barbera characters. Since, you know, I pick up the new Future Quest book that's coming out by DC that basically brings all their characters into one setting, actually quite well considered. You know, but once again, it's like Hanna-Barbera knew how to make good cartoons. I don't think they ever fell down tremendously in cartoons. I think they got it. I think people got it. I think it was, you know, it was what it was supposed to be. You know, and you know, it just, the villains were villains. The villains were villains, and they should have been villains, and they acted like villains. What's wrong with that? Villains should be villains. I don't, you know, some people are like, oh, the villains weren't villainous enough. It's like, dude, they're solid villains. Yeah, let me put if you don't have the link, we put the link in here. Yeah, you know, it's like, you know, Space Ghost is awesome. You know, and the power bands, you know, you need a combination, anything you need. And if you read, there's a comic book that is Space Ghost that DC did. If you read it, they basically made it more like a Lone Ranger kind of setup. And I think that's a much cooler, that's a cool version of him, because really that's kind of how I see him. You know, he was a cop, got betrayed, and now he's Space Ghost. It's like, you know, it's the Lone Ranger done in space. Yeah, really, you know, no big surprise on that one. But still, an awesome piece. It's lots of fun, and get the classic one. The updated ones are okay, but the classics are always number one. Always get the 60s stuff. That's the good, pure stuff. That's a pure dope. We ain't ready for all that. That's the good stuff. So yeah, so speeding along. Now we're gonna move up into, well, this is like the 60s. I really didn't find in the 70s I really cared as much as this series that's coming out. This is the okay. This is the largest, probably most well-known anime. It was necessary. It changed the scope of how I think cartoons are done. Americans had probably only seen something like this. I didn't include this one. I'm about to say Battle of the Planets. G-Force. I didn't include this in the list because I thought this one was even bigger than that. While G-Force was important, and of course it is important moments, this one probably affected the first real movement into America. And no, it is not Speed Racer. It's not Battle of the Planets. And what I'm talking about is, without a doubt, another one that I thought was really ahead of its time, Robotech. Robotech is an awesome series. I don't have to tell everybody, I don't have to pitch it to everybody. Everybody knows it's an awesome series. It's well done. The animation was ahead of its time. The storylines were amazing. And let's be honest, to take three totally different anime and jam them together with one story is pretty impressive. And the story, while it's not perfect, is pretty coherent off of three shows that technically don't belong together. And let's be honest, it helps out the shows much better. My personal first being, of course, the original series and the Invid War, the Southern Cross one, whatever. I didn't get too excited about that. But but it was nice to put it in perspective for the whole grouping. But see, Invid, man. Invid, oh geez. Invid's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. Geez, that's good stuff. And the whole thing with Lancer, which was like, oh, I thought it was a girl. It's a guy. What the? That was surprising at 15. I didn't expect that. That was a little shocking. I was young, innocent. But after that show, it's like, this show's awesome. I don't even care. This show's awesome. And I still think the Cyclone armor is still one of the greatest ideas ever. Motorcycles that jump into a power armor. I'm like, that's brilliant. Why don't that hasn't been redone ever, which I don't get. It's like, that's like the easiest one. Oh yes, your motorcycle turns into this part of your power armor, and you get to cool stuff with it. Why would you not do that? Why would you not do that? That's like, that could be all day awesome. All day awesome, but no one's ever done that. I just wish they would. It's crazy. It's crazy that they miss that one. And I'm not gonna lie. I would steal that. I'm gonna probably steal if I do our science fiction thing for Pathfinder. Oh yeah, Reverend Cyclone's on there. And of course, in the middle of me doing this, Jason Nelson. So I'm gonna say, hey, I am doing my show. So Jason Nelson, who works for Legendary Games, just sent me a message. I'm responding to him while I'm laughing about this. Of course. Got to talk to him about that. Let's be honest. The Cyclone is one of the best armor setups because you can wear the armor and then the bike comes on to give you more power. That's how it should be. And it makes sense because I want the motorcycle, and then, I have this, that's the purpose of it. So, yeah, I mean, Robotech, we all know. Robotech was awesome. The tires didn't pop because they're full. They're actually solid rubber. I figured that out. They're like anti-dun and solid rubber. And boom. It's a well-made show and a well-smart idea. I don't understand how people couldn't mess that one, kind of crazy up. Uh-oh. No, put this back. Oh my God. Sometimes it's difficult when you're doing work on people doing stuff, calling you at the same time you're doing your show. Did that. Yeah, Robotech. It's great. I don't have to say anymore. And a lot of people don't know. It's a little weird. What the? Well, okay, that's interesting. My feed for Facebook just fell apart and dropped out. So now I'm trying to see if I can reconnect. So the people who are watching, boom. That was very weird. Okay, so hey everybody, I'm putting up another video for this one. It just cut out. I'm gonna type a little note for everyone. The video just cut out. Please check our new capital letters feed. That's weird. That was very weird. That's never happened to me before. Well, something new and interesting. So, I guess we were talking about, yeah, that was very. Oh, I'm back on the same one. Oh, no, it's new feed, of course. So, I didn't plan for this to happen, but it's kind of cool. I guess the YouTube video will have the hidden stuff. Very weird. All right, so where were we? Okay, so we just finished Robotech, and yeah, so of course, Robotech changed everything. We all loved it. Not even a question. Don't need to go any further. Now, next up is going to be the '90s cartoon that changed it. Changed it. It did the thing that I didn't think would be possible in cartoons, and made them back to being like adult and interesting and awesome to watch and incredible that people loved, and boom, the people wanted to check out. And that one, no, not G.I. Joe. Not, oh my God, no G.I. Joe. This one is the one that we all saw. Everyone was heard it was coming out. We ran to it. The animation was different. What made it also amazingly different, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm a geek and I know these things, very high level geek. When they were actually painted on the cells, the actual animation for this, most cells were done with a white background. This series did all their cells on a black colored thing. And that's right, Jason. Batman the Animated Series. That is an amazing series. I mean, let's just call it like it is. An amazing series. Everything was done just about right. It set the tone for Batman for the kids who had never seen, or even worse, kids who'd seen the '60s cartoons like me and saying, "Oh my God, look at this animated one!" And they showed it every weekday. And that first season is awesome because you get, out of the 65 episodes, you get 30 some. I think it's 30 some with Robin eventually become Nightwing. The intro, and this is one of the weirder ones. The intro video, the title screen, never ever says the word Batman anywhere in it. It only shows the logo, and it's the only cartoon at its time to never put any words on it, just the logo. No one's ever done that. No one has ever, that's how big Batman is. You don't even say the name. Superman did the exact same thing when it became an animated series. But think about how big you got to be. Is we're not going to mention the name. We're not going to mention the name of our show on the show. And they did it like with every network, the Batman animated series, but it was never on the title screen. So it's okay. You just knew the name of it. You knew the name of it without knowing the name. That's some brilliant stuff. And some of the best written stories you'd ever seen for Batman. The Ra's al Ghul story was taken almost like word for word out of the comic book, which was great. Just a lot of great villains. Even like the last season, they updated everybody and they got they were Jason Todd. I think it was Tim. It was Tim, I think. It was Tim playing Robin, and Nightwing had come in. And still, one of my favorite episodes is the one where Barbara Gordon gets gassed by the fear gas, and she's that whole big dream of everybody getting captured, which is amazing. Amazing. That show really did, I think, for Batman what it needed to do in the early '90s, make it even more interesting. So not all people who watched the show got the comic books. Mr. Freeze being one of the Heart of Ice being one of my favorite episodes done. And I think the actual animation for that one was done by a group out of Japan. That was not actually the traditional American group. And you can see the difference and just the voice of Mr. Freeze and the whole, it just was a really well done episode. It's one of my favorites. It's like, that's the kind of stuff you want to do as a writer and a creative person, to do something that kind of impressive that people go like, wow, that's awesome. So yeah, Batman the Animated Series, that changed the game for DC. That got DC out of, the stupid, well, I can't say stupid, but the childish, the non-popular adventure cartoons they had, which were basically none. And it really said that, hey, we can turn these superheroes we own, which I couldn't figure this part out, and make cool stuff, and people will like it. That's, the Batman Animated Series did that. I mean, that was some good stuff. That was some good stuff. All right, the next one I'm going to do is another, well, actually, this is a Disney one. This one is an amazing, well-written, well-scripted, well-thought out animated series that probably has influenced me in ways that I can't even imagine. But one being, I always said it's one of the best series to talk about, just to watch Um, or they tied in Shakespeare into the story so well, it was nearly perfect. It is amazing. It's great. If you've not watched the series, I can't suggest it enough. Gargoyles, which was way ahead of its time. It was a brilliant show. It couldn't have been any better. Um, you know, I like Gargoyles so much because just the idea of it was smart. And the whole, during the day, we're all made of stone. At night, we all come out. And we can't really we glide. And it's, thank you. There you go, Jason. Everybody on Star Trek Next Generation worked on that show, which is another weird thing. Like, everybody worked on that show. That show was amazing to me. Also on having, the main female character not to be a white female. And Maza, you knew she was mixed. You probably was Spanish, most likely, or could have been black. And those were issues you didn't see on TV. And it's once again another well-written show. The ties into Macbeth were brilliant. I love that Damona and he were tied, connected, for the whole pain thing. That was brilliant. They weren't going to die unless they killed each other. That was brilliant. And it's like, oh, just so many. That show was just really so ahead of its time. And even the later, when it got a little, I said, not as good as the original first seasons, but that show was so good. And Goliath, Keith David doing the voice. Keith David doing the voice really made that his voice resonated on that perfectly. And playing Goliath, just that was the great choice for that. And they just great series. If you haven't seen it, I cannot suggest it enough. Watch the first 5 episodes. Like I said, if you don't like the first 5 episodes, you won't like the rest of it. The first 5 episodes set up everything, and you're gonna like it. Either you like it or you don't. That's how it is. And you find out like the hunters and that whole thing and how they tied into the whole. It's just like, good Lord, a lot of great research. A lot of stuff made sense. How this person survived. I don't want to ruin it for you. How this person survived over time, and it's all well explained. I'm just look. I once again, Jason. I did not call season 3 X. The first 2 were awesome. Season 3 was what it was supposed to be, a money grab. But seasons 1 and 2, still one of the best ones out there. Amazing, 3 had issues. 3 had issues. 3 had a lot of issues. But once again, you can tell when people leave and other people want to jump on and think they know what they're doing. There you go. That's why we get shows like that. Happens all the time. Next up is an anime classic that I don't know if most people. I know a lot of people have watched it, but I don't know if everybody's watched it. And I'm a big fan of it. I watched the series because my local store, Tate's, was kind enough to have rentals back in the day, and I got to watch it like every Sunday before I went to work at Tate's. I was watching like 3 or 4 episodes. So I'd watch it, and I'd just go to Tate's and be like, what are we talking about? This is, oh my God, I watched a show with the greatest music intro. I mean, just, oh my God, dripping with coolness. Cowboy Bebop. If you've never seen Cowboy Bebop, it is amazing. And not just the adventures that go on between the members and the cast, and not just that, the music they put on that show it's great, cool, funky. Tank is the name of is the intro song. All you gotta do is type in the word Cowboy Bebop Tank and just listen to it. And if you get it on YouTube, watch the one where they show you the trailer, the intro to the show. Once you watch that, boom, you're done. You get it. You understand the feeling. You get the sound. You're like, boom, I get it. And the main characters are awesome. And that ending, that's a non-compromising ending. I respect anybody who puts out an amazing non-compromising ending to a show that could have easily compromised and still been okay. But man, oh man, they didn't compromise that at all. And it's amazing. You never got into it. Tony, I might have to shoot you in the face over that. Come on. Cowboy Bebop is the shiznit. You got it. Cowboy Bebop's amazing. Yoko Ken, yep, there you go. See, Jacob Blackman, no. Well, we'll see, yes. I did not talk about Ghost in the Shell because I've not watched all of it. Don't laugh. I've not watched all of Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. I've been busy. But Cowboy Bebop, it's phenomenal. It's another amazing piece that you have to watch. You can't get enough of it, and it is what a yeah, it's what an animated series should be. The stories alone are interesting. But everybody's got their own story and why they're there, and it ties in very well to the story. And when you find out why everyone's there, it's really, really kind of sad and awesome and just well done. And, you know, I'm the Data Dog, which I think is the funniest thing. And if you didn't know, all the names of the episodes are named after styles of music. So like Mushroom Samba, I always remember that one for some weird reason. It's like that. It's like, you know, this plus music genre, and boom, and they're all named like that. And the music is great. The music is great. Music is great. Music is great. I mention again, music is great. If you watch it for the music, you'll love it. If you watch it for the whole show, you'll love it even more. That's all I gotta say about that. Cowboy Bebop. And if you haven't watched it, we just can't be friends. Those are just the rules. That's how it happens. And finally, I'm gonna go with something that didn't get a lot of initial play. I think it was still a show that was very well done. I always felt sad for it. It was the original animation I know was out of Canada. Nelvana, I think, did an initial look for them, or was it Mainframe? Yeah, CGI done show based on a movie that may or may not have done well, depending what kind of fan you are. I like the movie. I have a very love of that movie. It's a very cult followed movie. I'm not gonna disparage it. I mean, look, it was not the book it was based off of. It was its own thing. I keep it separate, and it was, you know, and it's very funny because, you know, the show definitely was for the, like they put it here, the adult-oriented space science fiction, you know, and it was kind of violent, you know, and it wasn't too violent, but it was definitely kind of violent. And they tried to make it, you know, not violent, but, you know, it was violent. No, Jason, I'm only talking about good shows here, Jason, good shows. Roughnecks, Starship Troopers Chronicles. One of the first shows done, like, full CGI. I mean, after Reboot, the guys who made Reboot was Mainframe out of Canada. This is like the other one that came out from them. That was, I think, was a little better defined, well done, shorter show. Shorter. This thing was only 36 episodes, and they did 4 clip shows. They call it, where they took old stuff together and mashed them up to make like these 4 other episodes, which is like, oh, we didn't know we had to do these, and it's hilarious. It's just, you know, if you know the history behind it, it's kind of funny. But, you know, what made it kind of cool was that, you know, each of their campaigns they were talking about, wherever the world they were at and stuff, were only 5 episodes. So it was like Monday through Friday. You watch Monday through Friday, boom. Monday through Friday. And that's how they kind of set it up. And it was kind of cool because it was kind of quick, but they had a lot of good ideas. They ended the show on a cliffhanger. You know, you would not like them no more. No, Jason, you're not more. And you can't push the button. It's not going to help you. Yeah, it's just a well done kind of show that you don't really see kind of even done like this. And, you know, it's fun. I thought it was fun. You know, this was made, you know, 1999. It released and ended in April 2000. But, you know, this is the type of show that I think probably would have done better on like YouTube now than, you know, then. But, you know, it's 15 years later, 16 years later. Who knew? It's called Roughnecks, Starship Troopers Chronicles. Yeah, you have to look. This is one of the ones you're going to have to find. I told you, I don't give you easy stuff. I'm not finding something that everybody watch. Everybody's watching, you know, a lot of people watch garbage. I can't put that in my system. I only put pure goodness. Only pure goodness. So, you know, there you go. I'm only giving you good stuff. Anytime I do a show on Thursday and I talk about something I love, it's only going to be great stuff. I do not give out bad stuff. I only give out good stuff because goodness will good for your soul, cleanse you, make you feel good, and payao. You know, when God, haven't even gotten to like video game trailers. Jeez, let me talk about that. That's crazy. So yes, Roughnecks, go check it out. You'll be very happy. I think it's even the complete series is available by DVD. So now I'm wondering, is it available on like Amazon or not Netflix or somewhere? Because I can't remember. Well, Amazon has it. So if you want to pick it up on Amazon, it's going to cost you. Whoa, holy cow. Okay. On Amazon, it's on sale for $129.94. That's right. Let me just say it again slowly. The new and the used, $129.99. So I suggest you find it on YouTube somewhere. I can't figure out why it costs so much. I can't. Wow, that much. Jesus. You know, it's good. I don't think it's that good, but it's good. But it's not that good, but it's good. So, find it if you can. Geez, yeah, you ain't kidding. God bless capitalism. That was crazy. I didn't see that coming at all. That's like a punch in the groin. Geez, that was a little rough for me. I wasn't ready. So yeah, check it out. But yeah, see if you can find it even on Hulu. But it wouldn't surprise me it's on Hulu. Hulu's probably the first place you should check. But yeah, and I know Robotech is available on Netflix and on Crackle and on something else. But you go to everything that I links to stuff, so you can find the stuff. But if you're ever not sure, check out YouTube. That's always the way to go. So there's some great series. 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good Lord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess 7 is a lucky number. I can do 7 in 30 minutes. There you go. It's kind of worth it. So yeah, it is enjoyable. These are all fun. There's nothing but good stuff here. Parts of my childhood. You can see the DNA all over this stuff, and just gets crazier from there. That's how it is. All right, 9:30. We got through another lovely episode. Monday, of course, we'll be coming back with something new from the weekend, but I'm sure something will happen. I've got to actually check a couple things with some friends, because I'm not going to talk about it yet, but I've heard some rumors of some stuff going on, but I don't want to talk about it yet. It is not been confirmed, and the person I asked didn't and couldn't confirm it, so I'm not going to assume it's real. So if something comes out over the weekend with a change, I will speak on it, but before then I will not. But I'm hoping I can talk about it on Monday, but that'd be very, very cool. You're hoping. Fingers crossed. See, Robotech just started on Netflix. The other thing that started on Netflix I'm not going to talk about it because I only saw part of it. I didn't see all of it. Voltron. I was amazed to see Voltron come back. I was like, wow, really again? Amazing. But I liked the lions. I didn't like the little cars. The lions, great. Cars are just ridiculous. Whatever. All right. And no, I'm not putting in the notes because I've already talked about stuff, and we're done. That's how I'm doing this today. All right, everybody. You have a good weekend. Be safe. Enjoy your gaming. Have some time. And watch something interesting. As always, first off, it's my brother's 53rd birthday tomorrow, so I want to wish him happy birthday. Of course, we're working on the stuff for Infinite Dungeon, but after finishing that up, actually we're on level 2 now. We just sent the map to the cartographer. That's coming back, so we'll have some of that cool stuff. Also, as usual, point over here, of course, I'm going to say subscribe because Facebook this always looks retarded, but on YouTube this looks great because I'm pointing. Subscribe. It's important to subscribe. You need to subscribe. It's going to make you healthy. We're still at 195, but hey, we might make 200 eventually. Maybe someday. I don't know. Maybe I have to bribe some people. I got to do what I got to do. All right. You all have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.